I am a single mother of 5. Don't do shit for my kids. I do everything for my kids.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video, it is a very interesting video and I feel like every woman should watch this video, whether you have kids or don't have kids. And I know that there are lots of women that go through things like this. So let's get into this video. So this video is a video of a mother who came online crying, saying that she doesn't know how to navigate and how to handle her son. She has two sons, one is 14, one is 16. She wanted to talk about how she doesn't know how to raise these kids, these sons of her, to be better men out there in the society and even to women, because she never had a father figure. Her father was not it, and the baby daddy or the father of these sons are not in the son's life, and how the sons, they always put her down, telling her how she should work and make more money and get a better house and do that, when she is the only parents they have that provide for them 150%. And she went on crying, breaking down, saying that she doesn't know what to do and how to navigate this old space because she's really tired, she's scared, she doesn't want her sons to be bumped later on in the society. This lady was just literally coming out and crying for help, and she wanted to talk about some of the dynamic between our relationship with our baby daddies and all that, talking about how she got pregnant and one of the son's father said he didn't want anything to do with her and all that. I find this conversation very, very interesting because you guys know here on this channel we talk about how women should be very intentional about their life and how they move, especially having children. There's no shade to this creator, okay? So we're going to hear our own story and hear how the old whining, because I feel like at a particular point in time some women has actually gone through what she's going through, and I feel like this should be a place for conversation, and for other women that have been through it, other women that have suggestions and advice should share. So anyway guys, let's go check out this video and then we'll come back and talk more.
I don't know how to say this, but I feel like I want to give up on my sons. Like, they lazy, they dirty. The one 14-year-old, he's rude and disrespectful. The boy told me I need to get a better job and make more money, and I need to buy a better house. And I am a single mother of 5. Don't do shit for my kids. I do everything for my kids. They won't clean, they won't do chores, like they won't walk the dog, they won't do nothing but play game. And I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of trying to tell them how to be a man, because a woman can't teach a man how to be a man, and they daddies ain't shit, and there's nobody fault on my own, because I knew who I fucking damn. Like, one, he ain't nowhere in his life, and the other one married and cheated on me and then denied my child. Like, what the do to you? I was with this man for 8 years. To deny my child. I asked for DNA test. We was married. The court won't give it to us. Like, the other one, I knew him since middle school. I was waiting for 2 years. And as soon as I told him I was pregnant after I called him cheating with the did. The child came back and checked on me to see who I was. Like, that's it. That's checked on me to see who I was. And I'm tired because I don't know how to raise them and make them respectable, hard-loving, caring men, because I ain't have that example. Like, my daddy's a shit, but I can't teach them how to be like my dad. They gonna end up like their daddies, and I'm trying so hard not to let them be like them. And I swear to God, I just want to send them to a group home. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna beat that and I'm gonna go to jail, and then what?
Wow. Please, I want to know your own thoughts, your advice, your suggestions for this mom or any mom going through this type of struggle where they feel like they can't really talk to their sons. Their sons, it's almost like their sons are not becoming useful to themselves and even society. You could clearly see that this woman is heartbroken and she really needs a lot of help. Nobody should go. You guys know how we do it here. We're here for conversation, we're here for solutions, we're here for help. So go down in the comment section, share your thoughts. Love to know what you think. But this video got a couple of women talking, and even the mom coming back later to clear up some things because of people's response to our video. So we're going to get to that. So we're going to hear people's response to this, and then I'll come back and share more of my thoughts. But I want to know what you think down in the comment section, so go ahead and share your thoughts. So let's go check out people's thoughts on this.
I'm trying to prepare myself because I'm about to say something and I feel like a lot of people are not gonna like what I have to say about this at all. So I came across this mom's video. She's a mom of 5 sons. She's a boy mom. Okay? You cannot wait until your children are in their teenage years to really start parenting. She's crying because she is super stressed out, which is understandable. Raising kids, period, is hard. It's very hard. It's very stressful. And I can only imagine teenagers. But you cannot wait until they're older to instill certain things into them, because she said her sons are very rude and they're disrespectful to her. They didn't become rude and disrespectful overnight. You know what I'm saying? It didn't start yesterday. You didn't wake up one day and they were just telling you that you need a better job, you need to get them a better house, and it wasn't just yesterday. They didn't go from being straight A students to sitting around all day and playing video games and not listening to you. This was something that happened over a course of time and you just allowed it. She feels like because their dads aren't in their life, that she as a woman is incapable of teaching them how to be a man. It's not necessarily just, they do need positive male role models in their lives, and it doesn't have to be their dad. Do you not have brothers? Do you not have a dad? She said that she has a dad. Do you not have any male friends that you trust to be around your sons? And even still, if you don't have that, you can still instill good things inside your son, because I think that a lot of time with boy moms, because she has all sons, they tend to allow their sons to just do whatever. That's why people always say it's easier to raise sons. It's not. Y'all just aren't doing nothing. Y'all are not raising sons, because if your daughter was sitting around all day being lazy, as you called your sons, and being dirty, you would be in her. A lot of you raise your daughters and love your sons. And that's why you have 5 sons that want to do absolutely nothing, and they're telling you that you need to get a better job, that you need to get them a better house. And also I think, and these are the type of men that will grow up and turn around and have this anger towards women because they feel like their mother failed them. They feel like because their mom went and had a shit ton of baby daddies and their fathers aren't in their life. That's why there's so many men in my comments now that's like, I'm talking about single motherhood, and then they're like, it's not our fault that you went out and had multiple baby daddies and your baby daddies ain't in your kids' life. Whoa, that sounds personal. Just because your daddy left you and wanted nothing to do with you has nothing to do with my children and their father. Okay? So it's like these boys are growing up angry, and you need to nip it in the butt now. It could very well be a little late for some of them. This is something that y'all have to start sooner. You cannot wait till kids are teenagers to decide that you want to enforce things. And like I said before, a lot of boy moms allow this shit to continue because y'all will love on y'all son, dote on y'all son, want to give them the world. Y'all don't require much of them. Y'all don't make them clean. Y'all don't make them do anything. But if y'all have daughters, oh, your daughter gotta do this. Your daughter gotta do this. Your daughter gotta do that. Your daughter damn near in the big house while your son's sitting around all day playing video games. I seen a video where I'm gonna talk about that in another video. But in this situation, like, I understand, mom, that you're going through a lot, but you need to take some accountability, and you really, maybe you do have to send them away. I don't know. It sounds hard to say I have to send my kids away, but it does look like you personally are losing control, and maybe mentally you won't even be able to deal with it. So you need some outside help. You definitely need some outside help. And with your younger children, because she said 17, so I don't know if the 17-year-old is the oldest or what, but if you have them, some that are under 10, like, you really need to get a grip on them, because the older children are definitely going to influence the younger ones. So good luck with that. And yeah.
But damn.
But y'all want to sit up here and argue with me about why positive male figures are important in young men's lives. Now, the one thing I do respect about this woman is she definitely took accountability. But for the women in the comments talking about they need to send the boys to military school, like, the fuck? They don't want to walk the dog. You think they about to go to military school? And you think she got the money to send them to something like that? See, but people will sit here and knock me and call me a eugenicist or some crazy shit like that because I preach family planning. Having tough conversations with the people you decide to lay down with, right? And you notice how I haven't said make sure their father is in their life, even though that's important. I just said a positive male figure. That could be an uncle, a brother, grandfather, male mentor, stepdaddy. But clearly there is an importance in having a man in the house. Because, I mean, hell, if it wasn't for me in this house, I don't know what the hell my teenage sons would be up to. But they would run all over their mama. See, it's cool when y'all tossing them around when they 6, 7, 8 years old, popping them in the chest, and you think you're doing something to them. And then they start hitting puberty. And they ain't scared of you no more, mama. Them little licks and them little pops, yeah, he can tussle with you now. And all that shit you was yapping, they ain't worried about you. But guess what? I bet she was tough on their daughter. I bet she was tough on them daughters of hers, though. I bet she cook. I bet she clean. I bet she take care of that house and do what she's supposed to do. I wonder why. Y'all get on this app and say all the time, oh, boys are easier to raise than girls. No, they not. No, they not. They easier to ignore. They easier to pacify for y'all. But I'm sure she had ample opportunity to take to that clinic. And I'm sure she got ample opportunity of men that was willing to do something with her. But hey, like I said before, y'all wonder who out here raising these man children that y'all can't stand on these apps.
If you are a single mother to a teenage son, like this mother here who is struggling in raising them, as a single mother of a teenage son who is 14 years old, I wanted to offer some information that can hopefully help. The first thing that we need to understand as parents is that our children's behavior is a symptom, not the cause. So in order to change behavior, we need to get to the root of what is causing or triggering these behaviors in our children. And in order to get to the root of what is causing this behavior, we need to have conversations with our children. And specifically with boys, this can be very challenging because they don't always have the words to articulate what they are feeling, especially within our society, within our cultures. Boys are not brought up to be expressive, or they're made to feel shame if they feel sadness and hurt. So oftentimes their feelings are suppressed and it comes out in their behavior. So you want to create a safe space so that your children feel comfortable talking to you about what they're feeling, what they're going through, and they know that you're going to listen to them, you're going to validate them, and you're going to work together to do something about what they're experiencing. And when it comes to raising boys who have empathy, you have to be a parent who shows them empathy. We as parents model behaviors to our children that they pick up. Right? So if I show my son empathy as a parent, they will show me empathy as their parent. With that being said, this takes some internal reflection on our part as parents, and we have to see if there's behaviors in our children that are triggering me that I don't like. what about me shows those same behaviors? And maybe it's me changing in order to see the change in our children. One last thing for us single parents is that we have to acknowledge the impact that their father's absence has on them, especially as teenage male sons. They're at a point in their life where they're looking for that guidance and they're questioning themselves, like, what is it about me that makes them not want to be in my life? Like, they're carrying this guilt and this shame. And yes, that is going to translate in their behavior. Is it hurtful? Yes, but once you understand where that comes from, you can be more empathetic and you can do things to counter the absence of their father, specifically having some other support systems, positive male role models in their life that can bridge that gap. And I would like to share with you all some documented effects of fathers being absent in their children's life from this book that I read. So it says some of the effects are diminished self-esteem, depression, delinquency, violence, crime, gang membership, academic failure, difficulties with emotional commitments. And even though us as single mothers did not cause these effects, the effects on our children are made by the father being absent, we are left to pick up the pieces. So we have to do something because of the circumstances that we ended up with our children. So if you want to learn more of how to help your teenage son, I highly recommend these books. So the first book that I absolutely love is this one. It's called Boys in Crisis. Second book is How to Talk So Teens Will Listen and Listen So Teens Will Talk. But yeah, hopefully this helped.
Let me know what you think about people's feedback on this, and go on and share your feedback on this. But with all this talk, people coming for her, some people saying that, oh, that she should have done better, she's a reflection. She had a response because a lot of people, even in the comment section, were coming for her. Some were in support of her, some were against her. She decided to come to clear the air and address and respond to some of the thoughts that was given to her, and this is what she has to say.
See, I wasn't going to say nothing. I was just going to let y'all keep running out and judging me and talking shit, because regardless, that video went viral, so I'm going to get paid regardless. Even though I was only speaking to my little 258 viewers and the 3 parents that usually comment and give advice, that's who I was actually speaking to. I did not expect that video to even get more than 258 views. But since we're here and y'all all have something to say, let's just clarify one thing and one thing only. See, when I said my son was disrespectful, y'all need to realize that I am a Jamaican woman. My level of disrespect and your level of disrespect is 2 different levels of disrespect. My child does not cuss or do any of that shit. Now, my child is very, very blunt. He's very opinionated, which to me is a good and a bad thing, because I want my children to come to me and be able to speak their mind, but they also need to know they got to watch their mouth. That's what the point I'm trying to get at. So when I say he disrespectful, it's because some of the shit he say is very hurtful, and you should never say certain shit to your mother, regardless of how you shouldn't say certain shit like that. I must every day and pay that $1,300 rent. You gonna look at me and tell me I should got a better house? I'm trying to work hard. I'm trying to save my money to buy a house, and y'all know that. So for you to come and tell me that I should have worked harder and bought a better house, it's disrespectful. That's what I mean by disrespectful. My child just graduated middle school. He is going into high school taking 10th grade classes. He had honors, honor roll, all the quarters. His average is 95 something. It's up there. It's way up there. He gets hundreds and shit like that. Like, very well educated. But he's too smart for his own good. What I have come to a conclusion and I have understood is that these get into some type of sports. They are 6 foot tall, both of them. 6 foot, 14-year-old wears a size 13. These niggas need sports. So that's what I'm trying to do. I only ask for advice. I expected a few people to come on and say, Mama, you got it. Fix your crown and hold your head strong. That's all I needed. That's it. And then I would have pumped my chest up and I would have put my big girl drawers on and I would have handled my shit like I've been doing. That's all I needed. That's it. Thank you to the few people that did take the time to give positive advice, and you to the other people that didn't. Mr. Pastor, and you know exactly who you are. You had the nerve to go scrolling on my page talking about this is why your kids don't respect you. Because I'm doing tarot readings? Why do y'all think every spirit is evil? Every spirit is not evil. And y'all in here talking about, you need God. I pray every day. Multiple times a day. If y'all feel like I'm so evil and that y'all should be fearing me and that I need God and all this, then why would you play with your life and say the wrong thing to me? I ain't even gotta say nothing. I ain't saying shit, I'll see y'all.
Okay. So I want to know what you think about this entire story, the original video, her crying, people's response to that video, and then I respond to people's response. I want to know your own takedown in the comment section, but please, like and always, keep it respectful. You're on the channel, we're allowed to disagree, we do it in a respectful way. We're here to have conversation, so go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts. It's a safe space to have conversation, okay? So for me, like, okay, first off, I agree with the sister that was talking about how your children just don't come up one day and become rude and become who they are in teenagers. They were just fed with a lot of things. It's the way you raise them as a child, the habits you're allowed to fly through. Those are the habits they grow into as a teenager, and that's probably what we stick. What you're allowed to fly as a little boy, it's going to fly. And this sister's scenario of where mothers raise boys children, and they at the end of the day, when these boys are growing old, they become like complacent to their mom, and their mom start like, oh God, I wish I did better, this boy is giving me a headache. This is something I see a lot in my society, in my culture. I like referring that because that is what I know, that's what I was raised, that's what I can speak fully on it. A lot of women in my society, in my culture, they put so much effort raising the girl child. They put so much effort making sure she knows how to cook, how to clean, how to do all that. She has manners. She walks and walks slowly. She sits down and close her legs. She doesn't talk back at people. They teach a girl child a whole lot of things, but when it comes to the boys children, it's almost like anything goes. And I've seen parents that will not allow their boy children to do anything. I have one friend, she's a younger friend, she's in her early 20s, where her brother will come home and summon her to go and make food for her. Yes. I have another friend where she and her brother, they are just 2 years apart. But when she will go to work, the brother will go to work, they'll get back home, the father expects her to go fix the brother food. That is how a lot of households here in my society, in my culture, train up the boy child. But when it comes to the girl child is supposed to be a superhuman and all that. And I feel like this all translates back to how women are being seen to be superwoman and doing all that, or you should do all things, and the men, all they do is just, okay, let me go to work, come back, I'll eat, sit down, raise up my leg, and that is it. And I feel like that has produced a lot of men that are very complacent to relationship, family oriented people, that they don't feel the need to do all those things because all their life their mother, society have told them that job, cooking, cleaning, you knowing how to fix your own plate, it's for a woman to do it for you. Either it being your mother, your girlfriend, or your wife should do that for you. You don't have to do that. You don't have to clean after yourself. Your wife is going to do that for you. Your mother is going to do that for you. So a lot of men grow up with that type of entitlement, feeling that these are the things that should be expected, even though those are life surviving skills. I was lucky not to have that in my household. All my brothers can cook and clean. In fact, my brothers, they cook and clean better than the girls in the house. Even though I was raised as like the mini mother, the mother of the house. But there was this thing, there was something we saw my father, and this, I agree 100% that a male figure is very important in a household, even though my dad is an, my personal opinion, not diagnosed a narcissist. My brothers saw my dad cooks clean. My dad doesn't want anything, any other person in his space. He does everything himself because he doesn't trust anybody. So he will do everything himself by cooking his own food, doing all that. And that just trickles down to our household, where it was not a big deal for the boys to clean, to cook, and all that. And my immediate younger Sydney is a boy, and he's an amazing, he has kids already, he's married now, but he's an amazing father. He's that father that will bathe the children, fix food for the cook, make lunch before the children gets home, his wife gets home. And this all trickles down to the way we were raised, because house chores is not labeled a girl's job, but the job for the family. But you, as the older sister, you just have to navigate all that. That's a different one. My mom was very tight on me as the first daughter than my brother. She allowed a lot of things to fly when it comes to my brother, but with me, hey, nothing flies, nothing goes. And I see that too in my sister. There was something I always tell my mom. I said she gave birth to my brother with her VV. Why me? She threw me up with her mouth, because when it comes to me, she was very tight, strong, and that comes with the first daughter thing that happened. So no shade to the original creator, but generally as women, this is something we talk about always here on this channel, talking about how as women we should be very, very intentional how we live our life, what we do with our life, who we choose to have children with. This woman has 5 children. For me, sometimes when it comes to, when I see women that have multiple children and still being a single mother, like, didn't you learn your lesson from the first one? Okay, let's say you didn't learn from the first one. The second one, why did you make it 5? That is a lot. And this is something I always try to talk about, yeah, and even to younger girls that haven't even started having children and oh baby daddy. See, when you have kids, a lot of the time it seems like oh honeymoon, if you are not ready to have kids and ready to raise kids by yourself, because there are a lot of women that are married, that are married single mothers that are doing all the work by themselves, raising their kids by themselves, but they still have the title of Mrs. of being married. So one thing I tell people is that as a woman, if you are not ready 100% to take care of this child as a single mother, whether married or not, then don't have it. And this is where I talk about how as women we should go do the work, we should go do the healing, and know who we are, know what we want, so that we're able to navigate life, and then we are able to think clearly. I'm not saying this original creator hasn't done the work. I don't know how personally, but when you've done the work and you know yourself, sometimes you don't put yourself in this type of awkward situation where now you're struggling with your children, and it's just crazy. As women, we should, I know they've always told us do better, but one thing I would say, always center yourself as a woman. If you want to make a decision, especially a life altering decision, most times the having children is just being made like, oh, it's just a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park. It's a real life change or altercation you want to give to yourself, and the person you choose to even have it with even worse. So when you choose to have children, be very, very intentional. Ask yourself, is this something you want? If it's not something you want, don't do it. Don't do it. There are a lot of moms that have kids that regret having kids. There are a lot of moms that have kids that if they can go back in time, they will not have those kids. So when you choose to, like, know what, I want to do it, like, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Be very intentional. I'm talking about the younger ones that have not yet started having children and all that. Having a child is not a walk in the path. And if you're not there mentally, if you're not healed, not 100%, if you're not on your healing journey, if you don't know yourself and what you want, it's going to be a struggle even raising that child, because there's a whole lot of trauma you're going to pass on and trickle down into that child that is going to affect the child and the outcome of the child. So ladies, this is one thing I come on this channel almost every single day to preach, to beg, please. It can be glamorized by society. It can be make seem that that is your purpose on earth. People may push you, like here in my culture, they will tell you, when are you having your child? Your mother-in-law, your mother will tell you, I want to carry my grandchildren. Know that these people, when push come to shove, they're going to leave you. You're going to raise your child, your children by yourself. So make the decision for yourself if you want to have kids or not. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful. As always, you're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts. Don't forget to share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see and join in the conversation. So go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video.